Some of the smallest changes can add up to big results. We're 1 week away from finals, so let's make some tweaks. That pink vert keeps bending my steel forks, and I'm just about done with them. So I'm switching over to 775, which is a more brittle aluminum alloy. And I'm also adding a breakaway point. The idea is if these get hit, I want them gone instead of bent and sticking into the floor. A great place to get these forks would be on PCBWay. PCBWay has custom 3D printing and machining services. Getting a quote is super easy with their instant auto quoter. Check the link in the description below. Another big issue was how the robot performed upside down. The bot kept walking between all 6 points on the hex, and it made it really tough to get in control. You can see like this drifting motion that I'm getting while I'm trying to hit my target.
Haven't seen that signature thwack just yet from Maximizer.
So I'm adding a small ball to the top of the weapon shaft. Shout out Mitch for machining everything on the lathe and mill. Since it's a bearing surface, I cleaned it up with 600 grit sandpaper. I toleranced the bolt from a transition fit, but it came out a little oversized, so we're putting the key in the toaster oven to heat it up a little bit and help us out with the press fit. It's really nice going into finals having two working weapons. Next up is soldering the badass motors. They come with these default bullet pins. I'm getting rid of those and soldering on an MT60. It's so worth the peace of mind in the pits knowing it's going to get plugged in right. Okay, so major warning. This is going to be a bunch of technical details about the tail design, but I'm really excited to share what I'm bringing to November. So the tail has gone through 3 major evolutions this year. The change from March to May was combining the standoffs for the motors and frame into one piece. Moving away from a 2D profile and to 3D CNC added a ton of strength and rigidity. In August, I took the plunge from a single operation CNC part to a 2 operation CNC part. Utilizing 3D printed soft jaws made this move significantly easier, and we were super happy with how the part came out. The second operation allowed me to create an I-beam profile toward the rear of the tail, which both reduced the weight and increased the strength. The I-beam profile is very nicely suited to take weapon-on-weapon vert impacts and horizontal hits. While the tail has been getting more rigid between the motor and the weapon, I've actually been making it softer linked to the frame. With every impact, the system experiences force. This force is equal to its change in momentum divided by time. A trick of physics is that if this impact time is doubled, the force is halved. This is the root of shock mounting and why it's so effective at protecting motors and electronics. As I've gotten more comfortable with the strength of the UHMW, I've made this area thinner and thinner to encourage more flex and lower force propagation into the frame. Another change was using damage from May to guide where armor goes in August. You can see these shapes are exactly the same. Despite all the differences, what all these tails have in common is a 14-inch center of rotation to center of weapon. This comes from its Stegosaurus mother, Minimizer. But with the field in November, including some incredibly fast bots, it's time to move beyond the heavy Thagomizer tail. The bot has to have faster and more aggressive movement than it's ever had before. For its speed, I've nicknamed this tail the Scorpion. It's 2 inches shorter, which gives a 20% improvement from the center of mass to the center of rotation, allowing the bot to do 180 turns significantly faster. It's back to the shop to finish it off. I'm setting the belt distance here to provide good traction while allowing for decent slip. The last part of the build is .071 inch cleats on 1819's water jet. I got tired of wasting the inside scrap, so I had Issa cut a hole, and now I'm using those as wheel armor. Now over to Victory Parkway campus for a little drive practice. Thanks so much for watching.